And a very good evening to you. Welcome to the Nyayo National Stadium. The 12-time league champions AFC Leopards, who are in good position to gun for the Premier League title, is playing Posta Rangers, a team that is tottering in mid-table. Not going up, not going down, but staying right in the 12th position at the moment. It's a challenge to try and go forward in readiness to challenge for the Kenyan Premier League title. And the 12-time champions AFC Leopards are in good position, most recently having not lost a match in 5 games. The worst was dropping of 2 points when they played Bandari last. But out of the last 5, the Leopards have won 4 of them and drawn 1. That's a very good record for the team. They drew with Bandari 0-0. That was on Valentine's Day on 14th of February. But previously they had won against Sofapaka 1-0, won against APS of Bomet 2-1, won against Tusker by 4-0. Probably the best result in the last few games that they have played. And then won against Nairobi United by 2-0. Now they're relying on the youngsters in the team to be able to get them the best today. There is a possibility and very high of showers today. 79% precipitation is what we've got here. Now that just means that it might just come round. It usually does in torrents when it comes to the Nyayo National Stadium. But that has never stopped a good game of football as long as the field is playable. Posta Rangers on the other side don't have a very good record coming to this game. They drew 4 of the last 5 matches they played and lost the last one. Their last very big win was probably against Shabana, but they are also talking about the win against Nairobi United as one of their big moments. Today, bringing their might against the mighty AFC Leopards. The coach said very nicely earlier on that he's expecting nothing but the best from his side. 2 coaches, of course, in a hearty moment of giving each other the motivation required in this game before we go onto the field. And of course, for each of the players, it is about getting the 3 points all together today. The Leopards, in their traditional blue and white attire, are preferring to go with a 4-3-3 formation. And that means behind, Brian, Emmanuel, Casey, and Samuel will be taking charge. Musa Mohammed will be in the central defense with Tyson and Kelly. And then up at the front, there is James, Samuel, and Ronald. To get the goals for them. Ronald Bebeto, Tyson Otieno, and Samuel Say Nyonjo are the ones who will be being looked at to get the goals for the side. The game is going to be refereed by a hair and beauty consultant, Josephine Wanjiko, as the center referee. And then a BCom graduate from Technical University, Fanuel Muyelele, who's an accountant, will be the first assistant referee. Eliud Ruto, the educationist in Teacher Primary 1 Business at the moment, will be assistant referee 2, and then a businessman Asman Teddy is the referee, or rather the reserve referee. Here's the lineup now for the Rangers, who are preferring to go with a 5-2-3 formation. An interesting formation for this moment just means that Kevin and Shem will fall back into defense every time they're under attack. Elvis, Bernard, and Faustin will be in the last line of defense. Up at the front, they've got Leon, Caleb, and Dimple, and then Vero and Brian are the ones being charged with the responsibility of scoring goals. Brian Marita, of course, has got a lot of experience in this side. He's been in the Premier League for a bit longer than his teammates. Caleb Olilo will also be at the front to help in trying to get the goals. The coach hopes that they will get the goals this time round, as he says that has been their biggest undoing. In goal is Frederick Otinda Odhiambo. Then Elvis Osok is in defense. Like we say, Dimple and Faustin will be helping him as well. In the midfield, Bernard Ondiek and Kevin Juma and Shemo Watch as well. Fred Mbani is the head coach of the FC Leopard side. He's got a very checkered record in terms of being a player, and a good one for that matter. Having plied his trade in the country and also in the East and Central Africa zone as well. And was probably the best choice for the team at about this time. Collins Omondi himself with a good record and also a qualification that allows him to take charge of the Posta Rangers side, which has also seen a good number of seasoned coaches on that side, including Sami Pamzo Molo and others, and who have usually decided that they are not going to exit the Premier League. But neither are they going too far up. You would expect them to at least move to the top 5. They're currently in the 12th position with 24 points out of 20 matches. The Leopards have one match in hand in round 20, and they have 43 points. They could very easily catch up with the league leaders if they win today and also win their next match. Gor Mahia have played one extra game, so that means that FC Leopards have one match at hand. They've played 19, won 10 of them, drew 7, and lost only 2 this season. They have 23 goals for and 11 goals against. And I can say without any fear of contradiction that this is probably the best run that the FC Leopards side has had in the recent past. Talking about 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. They've done very well this time round. They can still maintain that. They've got the youthfulness of players in their team, and they've got the experience as well. They're playing from right to left on your screens. They always say you should be afraid of a team that has nothing to lose, and Posta Rangers would probably come into this as a team with nothing to lose at the moment. Too comfortable in their mid-season positioning. The Rangers in all red, playing from left to right on your screens. And getting a free kick in the early stages of the game here. The top of the table in the Kenyan Premier League has become very, very competitive, with Shabana FC currently having taken 3 points against Tusker in a game that was played earlier today that was live for you as well on Azam Sports. Having leapfrogged Kakamega Homeboys and are now tied with the Leopards. And then you have to go into the other intrigues of the league in terms of matches played, goals scored, goals against, goals for, to know exactly who will be on the top of the table at the end of the day. But the Leopards definitely have a chance to go further up. Will be pressured by that information from the game between Shabana FC and Tusker that was played at the Gusii Stadium. Very loud instructions, of course, coming from the goalkeeper, Humphrey Katasi. Is conceded only 11 goals in the season. It's a very good record as well in comparison to the 23 that the team has scored so far. An early injury on Samuel Mbaja. Seems to be clutching onto his neck now. You do know about this kind of contact that knocks the wind totally out of you. And it comes from that run when Faustino Giambo was taken off as well. A lot happens in the contact sport. And Faustino Giambo could intimate that he was taking off, and so he has to swing his hands, and he got his elbow into the neck of Mbaja. Well, for the referee, Josephine Wanjiko, she has to restart the game by bouncing off the ball for the Posta Rangers side. We'll try to get it forward. Kevin Juma had a touch on it. It comes back into the midfield. There'll be a big fight for the control of that midfield because the Leopards would like to use their midfield prowess, and the Rangers are trying to avoid that midfield. That's why they have a formation of 5-2-3. Skip the midfield, move the ball up at the front, and have the two in the midfield and join the ones up in the attack. Seems to be the plan here. Oh, the captain of the side pushing the ball forward with a good run coming to Samuel Mbaja. Back onto the midfield, and a shot, and a lovely one at that as well from the left foot. Just blocked by Frederick Otinda. But as he changes, certainly testing the goalkeeper in the early stages of the game. 3 minutes in, and a shot comes off the left foot of Ronald Chichenje. They're going to do it again from the left side. It comes in the very same fashion it did to Samuel Mbaja. Wasn't able to control it this time round. Well, here it is again. It's pushed back into the midfield. To change it, then decides to go solo. It has a hard shot. I think he must have been looking for a rebound that will be coming from the goalkeeper, and no one was close by there to be able to push it in. What a shot from Ronald Chichenje. Goes by the nickname Bebeto. Well, you've got to live up to the names when you pick them up. And Bebeto is a very well known in the soccer world, given prominence by the Brazilian player who was part of the World Cup squad for the Brazil side. The Rangers trying to get themselves out of the box here, and then a foul that will give a free kick to Rangers. Yeah, Olilo just pushed off the ball there, but then that wasn't the one. I think there was a later action that necessitated that whistle for that. Very interesting positioning in the league at the moment, especially with the teams in the second, third, fourth and fifth positions. Muranga Seals with 33 points, Shabana now at 37, Kakamega Homeboys at 34, Leopards at 37, and one game and one win then takes you much further up on the log and brings you closer to the Premier League title. It's only the round 20 of the league at the moment. Gonna be a free kick for the Posta Rangers. The Leopards in the second position on the Premier League table standings with one game at hand. Just telling you that if they picked up the points in each and every game, they would probably be very well placed for the league title. The interception sends it off the field of play for a throw-in, cut out by Kevin Juma. It's going to be taken by Samuel Baja. Nice ball control again. Looking for a chance to restart it from the midfield. The defense standing strong on the Leopard side, now pushing it onto the right side rather. Oh, that's an easy loss then there. I think Brian Ojok just doesn't control it in the best way possible. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. Well, currently still trying to find a rhythm, both sides. At the moment, everybody looking for an avenue to be able to use. As the Leopards try to dominate the midfield as well. And pushing it back to the defense to restart it. That's a good ball onto the flanks. Again, very quickly cut off by Dimpolo Mamo. It becomes a foul then by Omamo. It's going to be given to the Leopard side. James Kinyanjui just couldn't stand his ground on that one. Didn't have the ball as well at that moment. I think he had already been pushed off it, and the challenge had caused him to lose the ball. So a lot of arrangements on how this is going to be taken, with the forwards organizing themselves. Casey is the captain, is already in there as well. Lifted very nicely into the area. Then looking for a rebound there. The fans, of course, very expectant of a shot to come from there. Casey sets it up again. They've taken a little bit too long. A big shot that is headed out. Ultimately, the Posta Rangers side will survive this one. Courtesy of the captain of the side, who put his body in the line to be able to head that very hard shot away from his goal area. An attempt at the change here to try and switch play onto the right side. This is going to go out for a throw-in that will be given to the Posta Rangers side. The Leopards moving closer and stalking their defenders of the Posta Rangers side. Osok will throw it in. The second throw-in will be given to the Rangers side. Little flip that tries to send it forward. The captain has not cleared it. Goes off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. And it's going to be for the Leopard side. Quickly taken by Baja. Back to his captain and all the way back to the defense to Emmanuel Luangu. And out on the right side now. Ojok then plays it back. Joined the FC Leopards from Soy United. And he's been referred to as the assist king. I'm talking about Brad Ojok. He's already pushed the ball up on the right side. And some good footwork coming in from the Leopards. Quick darting moves as well. That is forcing the Rangers into 6s and 8s here. Here's another chance at a left foot shot. It's in the net. And that is a lovely shot from a distance. It's what the celebration. It comes off Kelly Okonji's foot. What a shot from the youngster. It's not just about the points and getting them closer to the league title. It's also about how the points are being gotten. And that is a beautiful shot by Kelly Okonji. He loves to be called Madada as well. A young and attacking midfielder. He used to play for Flem Sportiva. And then he played for Shandareba Boys High School. And he even scored against Posta Rangers. Well, talk about getting the right talent and bringing it to the big stage. After that mistake by the defense and the lack of clearance here, the setup is perfect for the former Shandarema player. Pushes it hard on the left foot and into the net. That is textbook goal scoring. From the Nyayo National Stadium, it will be a big celebration for at least the goaler. The coach himself loves it. Yes, of course, you've got to revere the boot that scores a goal like that. FC Leopards 1 and Posta Rangers 0. What a shot from Madada. It will take a lot to recover from that. And it will be a celebration that will go on for a bit longer. The Leopards again on the prowl here. Pushed back to Tyson Otieno in the midfield. And then again, the Rangers do not clear it. Here is another shot stopped this time round by the goalkeeper, Frederick Odhiambo. And it comes from Senyonjo. Well, they're playing very dangerously at the moment, the Rangers, leaving their back bare. I think they're just being overrun by the numbers up at the front and coming into the midfield. The Leopards is bringing in the numbers and bringing in the style as well. Well, not being given time to recover at all. The run is on again. Ronald Shichenje gets the return ball, beats his marker, and this is one that should have been going towards goal. I think it just happens outside of the line here. Shichenje getting a return ball. Well, you and I always have the chance to see it again. Well, it's just outside the line. It's just that Shichenje himself then falls inside the line. But the foul happens right out there. He's facing goal. He's going to get possession, but it's outside of the box. There's going to be a little bit of contention on that as well, but you and I always have a chance to see it again. It's going to be a free kick for the Leopards. They're on the roll, the Leopards. 1-0 so far, and a beautiful goal by Kelly Madada Okonji. It will give us a very good chance to see how they organize themselves in the set-piece positions. Well, 3 men trying to organize how to take it. James Kinyanjui is part of that drill. And Tyson Otieno as well. I think the Posta Rangers players do know that sometimes the ball can be sneaked under. And Leon Kibugui is the one who's getting himself into that, putting his body on line. In recent times, the set pieces have become a very exciting part of the soccer game, because you don't know exactly what they have trained to and what they have trained to do and where exactly they're going to take that ball to as well. It's only 14 minutes gone now, but the celebration has started in earnest. Well, pardon my excitement, but I have to tell you that was a goal and a half by Kelly Badana Okonji. A left foot shot that we will leave to celebrate for a bit longer. And frankly speaking, it should be ranking up on the goal of the season. Here is a set piece then, with Kinyanjui and his teammates getting ready to take it. It's a quick one. Kinyanjui lifts it. The speed tells you that they've put the work in it. Together with Tyson and Kinyanjui, they try to lift it above. It's Tyson who ultimately does take it. The experience shows as well, forcing the goalkeeper to make himself elastic. If you're looking for exciting football, then it's coming to you from the Sport Pesa League, the Kenyan Premier League. This is live to you on Azam Sport. It's coming from the Nyayo National Stadium. The Leopards are not having any trouble on their side. They have pushed the Rangers into their own half. There is the captain of the side, Casey Odhiambo. This is going to be given back to the Rangers side. They need to compose themselves, the Rangers. And they've got to remember that a good percentage of football is actually passing. They only succeed if they're able to get the ball to their teammates. Long ball down on the left side. That's going to be a very spirited run, but one that Shemo Loach is not going to win at the moment. That's Shem himself again, managing to get onto possession this time round. They get it off the midfield and into the flanks, and a long ball up at the front, but not very well calculated. They were looking for Brian Marita. It was too far off from the ball. They get the throw in, the Rangers. Olilo trying to get the help from his teammates, and the Leopards picking it up easily. Well, that was quickly nicked off the foot of the midfielder, going back all the way to the goalkeeper, to Humphrey Katasi. Well, this has already gone off the field of play. And this man, Kinyanjui, is helping out in the midfield in a big way. Here is Rangers now in the box, hesitating a bit, bringing it to a better position for a shot. Leon Kibungui will remember this one for a long time. He was in a perfect position to be able to shoot. The coach intimated earlier on that their biggest problem was scoring. Well, he should have told us that they create the chances as well. It's just the finish that is not good from Leon. Took his time. Should have also chosen where to place the ball. But he went for power instead. And that sends the ball over the bar and out of the field of play. Big one by Katasi. into the midfield again for the Rangers. They've got to organize themselves to be able to get the ball out of their area. Otherwise, they are being compounded into their own half most of the time. Faustino Jambo again not having a winning combination, losing the ball to Kalibolilo. Here is a good chance and a little touch coming off the striker. Freddy Otinda is seeing very difficult things. Senyonjo had the touch, but it wasn't the touch that gets the ball away from the goalkeeper. In full speed as well. A very optimistic shot coming off Brian Marita. Doesn't get the target, it goes out for a goal kick. I don't think Katasi will be troubled at all here. This was a good run for Senyonjo. Tried to just deflect the ball a bit to get away from the line of the goalkeeper. But at full speed again, a lot of things happen. Again, a chance for a shot towards goal. And being the most tested of the goalkeepers, Frederick Otinda Odhiambo is probably having his reflexes up 100% now. But you've got to be careful about the landing as well. In as much as Veron Mbima had the pain, that landing looked a little bit awkward and could cause very serious injuries as well. It's going to be a free kick for the Rangers. They've pushed in all their men forward to try and angle down on this one. It's a long one that is headed out for a throw-in. And a long throw it's going to be for sure from Faustino Odhiambo. This is not angled down accurately. And it will go off the field of play. It's going to be taken quickly by Humphrey Katasi. The goalkeeper who played 3 seasons with Zoya Sugar. And I do remember even won the Golden Gloves, I think in 2022-2023 season, where he had an impressive 17 clean sheets. And probably honed his skills when he represented Kenya in the under-20 level. Talking about the goalkeeper Katasi, so the Rangers should know they're dealing with. This is a good ball through on the left side. And a big chest with a cutback in a 45 that makes it very difficult to put in the power in it. The Leopards are showing superiority in their passing game. There is the captain moving it into the midfield. A good little touch as well, bring it onto the right side. And a better ball again as the goalkeeper puts his body on the line to deflect the shot that was coming from Kelly Okonji. And of course that causes a little bit of a discomfort to him as well. Frederick Odhiambo gets himself up, but you know very well that he put himself on line. But look at that passing by the Leopard side. A 1-2-3-4 combination down onto the right side. Ultimately out of the field of play. It's going to be a Leopards corner kick. And a left foot in swinger is what we are expecting here. It's only 23 minutes gone, but very exciting times in this game today. 7 of the Leopards players are in that box to try and angle down for any of the high balls that might be coming in that direction. And the captain himself is waiting on the outside, now having been spotted by Brian Marita, but who decides against his better judgment to go back to the goal area. The intimation is that it's going to be a high ball. Oh, it's a low one, comes to the captain. He had a good angle, but he sneaks it past the goalkeeper. And the captain himself has put the Leopards on target. Casey Odhiambo stayed out and waited. Yes, he's got the swagger at the moment. Well, the whole of the AFC Leopards team have got the swagger. 2 goals to the Leopards in 24 minutes of the game. Wow, what a performance from the forwards on the AFC Leopards side. They have every reason to celebrate it. They're putting in the hard work. They're putting in the speed as well. But they're also putting in the intellect. And what a shot from the captain. Difficult angle. Manages to sneak it right past everybody else. A very congested goal area. Goalkeeper doesn't see exactly where that shot is coming from. And ultimately, it's in the back of the net. And another celebration for the Leopards. From the Nyayo National Stadium, FC Leopards 2 and Posta Rangers 0. Oh well, if the Leopards continue to put in the work, then I can assure you that we're going to see a little bit more than what we've seen so far in the 24 minutes, in the 26 minutes now. Another good ball down into the midfield. This is Kelly Okonji. Pushed off the field of play for a throw-in by Osoka Elvis. His brother Teddy Osoka also played in the Premier League before. And you must marvel at the Leopards players' situational awareness as well. They've got the composure. They've got good timing and the accuracy of the passes as well. Leopards again, now playing from their side with a little bit of enjoyment. They've employed a very effective 4-3-3. Oh, a mistake here that might just give a Ranger some reprieve here. But a little bit of a slow takeoff by Veron Bima. That would have been a gift to the Rangers side. They didn't take it. Instead, they gift away another chance to the Leopards. And if there's one thing that you're going to marvel at, it is Sichenja's speed. Good chance at a cross back in. The ball is still in play here. Oh, I did think so. But the assistant has seen it otherwise. It says the ball already rolled off the field of play. So it's going to be a goal kick. Yep. There's going to be a foul here on Brian Marita. Well, you always have to contend with the nicknames of the players vis-a-vis the official names that have been given. But Semo is Samuel Baja. This comes back to the Rangers side for some control, and picked up by Leon. Kimungui gives it out on the right side, tries to place himself into a better position. Marita brings it back to Kevin. Back to Marita. Doesn't lift it off very well. And the Leopards will try to control it and keep it in play. The assistant says it's already rolled off the field of play for a throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in. The Rangers have always had the fortune of staying in the Premier League. And they've always had a coach towards the end of the season who always helped them to stay afloat. And I think they're not worried about getting off the Premier League. Here is a chance for the Rangers, cleared off the line. The defenders placing themselves very strategically in line and managing to get onto that ball to clear it out. The Rangers losing a chance as the Leopards try to come off on a quick break. Well, the Rangers will remember that they have had 2 chances in which they could have scored. But the rest of the field will remember that the Rangers lost 2 chances. It's the Leopards again. Very good ball control from Kelly Okonji, also known as Madada. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Humphrey Katasi. Now turning up for the 12-time champions AFC Leopards. The second most successful club in the Kenyan Premier League soccer history. And they've got 1 game in hand and 6 points behind the league leaders, Gor Mahia. And a perfect chance to try and close that as well. Lovely ball coming from the left side from Semo Samuel Baja. But not everyone was in the same mind frame, so they don't get to the end of that. It's a good cross onto the left side. Neatly touched out for a corner by Brian Ojok. Oh, this is that chance that came in for the Rangers. Cleared off the line, and then they don't get the chance to be able to push it back. But it's the placing of the defenders that you really have to marvel at. Got themselves very well placed to be able to clear any mistakes that should have been coming in that area. That's the beauty of being a Leopards fan. It comes complete with the dancers of the Isukuti bit. I'll just quickly remind you here that that Isukuti beat and the dancer was given a World Heritage status as well, recognized by UNESCO. Almost the same time as when the reggae beat from Jamaica also got the same recognition. It's a very pulsating beat that requires a lot of energy, but very exciting to the ears as well. For the Rangers, they probably would like to listen to themselves more and be able to get the passes accurately to their teammates. Oh, the ball control lacking in this instance for Caleb Olilo. Waited too long. Well, he's got to move with speed and get the better of his markers. Otherwise, waiting to control and waiting to also the mistakes to come from the opponents is gifting away a lot of chances to the opposition. Freddie Komoyo Odhiambo is forced to come out and play as the last man here. Been very instrumental in trying to get the balls out of his area and has done well in the last few. Gonna be a throw into the Leopards. 32 minutes past. Lovely chip that brings the ball back to the center. Quite unexpectedly for everybody else, including the forwards. Rangers coming out now. Kimungui Leonard pushes it to Marita out on the right flank. Catches up with it. Brian Marita plays it back to Kimungui. Manages to get to the back of it all. He's got 1 man on the left side whom he hasn't noticed at all. And who was probably better placed to be receiving a pass at this moment. He opts to go into the midfield. And there's just no one to get to the end of that 1-2-3. (2-0). Casey Odhiambo in the 24th minute of the game, and Kelly Okonji Madada in the 10th minute of the game. Big chip towards the Rangers box, picked up by the goalkeeper. Start the build-up quickly on the left side. Well, they're trying to avoid the midfield as much as they can, the Rangers side. But there's been a little bit of a slow foot by Caleb Olilo. That is denying them the chance to move a little bit faster up on the attack. Again, a good one. Shemoloch trying to get to Lilo. They're forced to play it all the way back, and that's the danger of playing it back. Picked up by Semo, or rather Samuel Senyonjo. Again, down on the right side to James Kinyanjui, lifts it into the air. The header, not on target this time round, coming from Senyonjo. And he was accosted by Leon Kimungui in there. That could have distracted him. Nice little chip by Kinyanjui. It's gone out for a corner. That's the goalkeeper calling on everybody to do some quick marking. But the Leopards made a little mistake here and they've lost possession. Well, they gain it back again quickly through Kelly Okonji. It's going to be a foul. It's been given against the Leopards. Ronald Bebeto did think that that should have been going his way. Well, that's the one that was penalized, clamping onto the foot of the Rangers forward. Picked up again nicely. The Leopards dominating play here. Kinyanjui out on the right side. Tyson was very quick to come in to help him. Gets onto the ball now. They've got the luxury of moving back into the midfield. They've got the numbers and they've got possession as well. Drawing out the forwards of the Rangers and creating space in the midfield. Nice little ball on the left side. It has been picked up. Then cut back into the box for a hard shot. Not going towards target by Ronald. She changed it. This was probably a better move on this side by the naturally left-footed Semo, Samuel Baja. But the shot from Sichenje then veers off target. And at that moment, Senyonjo wasn't sure whether that was meant for him because it was too hard a shot and didn't bother to go for it at that moment. Semo again gets it onto the left side. Okonji getting onto the back of this one. Should have stayed on the ball if he wanted to get the advantage of a free kick in that area. But he opted to go down too easily. The Leopards still marauding. I think there's been a foul here, says the center referee, Josephine Wanjiko. Very keen eye that Josephine has. And managed to see that elbow that was coming off the pusher from Musa. Well, this is going to be a free kick for the Rangers. What they do with it is what will determine whether they're getting a better fortune or not. With Kalebolilo delivering it down on the right flank, too long in my opinion, and putting themselves into a little bit of a box, trying to get a touch for a corner that doesn't work out. Then this is quickly removed by the Leopard side. Good interception, brings it back to Kalebolilo, who's made his way into the defense on the right side, I think. It is a hard shot towards goal. Not enough to trouble the former under-20 national team goalkeeper. Coming in from Kevin Juma. Doesn't quite work out in his favor. Pushed back onto the right side. Then again picked up in the midfield. Wow. Better build up this time round, and a perfect chance for a shot, and then a little bit of a dilly-darling by Veron Bima, and he decides to go by himself. He had Olilo waiting for it on the right side as well. And that puts paid to that effort by the Rangers. Olilo again has gotten himself into possession, and a foul as well in his favor. I think he plays better in the position he is in now than he was playing on the left side. Much more effective on the right. Has been brought down by Okonji. Kelly Madada Okonji. This is going to be a free kick that will be given to the Posta Rangers side. Just about 6 minutes remaining in regular time. 5 now, and probably a little bit of added time. There wouldn't be much of it. Well, this is back to the Rangers defense. And a mistake again with Kelly Okonji picking it up again, getting the ball onto the midfield, finding a waiting Tyson Otieno there. Then a foul. I think the Rangers getting overrun. The Leopards probably just getting overtaken by the rapture of the moment. The fact that they're creating a lot of chances. This is Caleb Olilo. This time round, nothing getting for that. I think he's doing a better job on the right side than the left side in which he had been deployed earlier on. So we'll come back into the midfield to Musa Oundo. Better ball and a back heel by James Kinyanjui. This is Okonji again. Little touch and then he lets it go. Well, he released it to Tyson Otieno, who was in the motion. But Tyson just didn't move with it at all. It's going to be a foul here, says the referee. Luangu deemed to have come in a little bit too hard. Well, was a push from the back as well, from Emmanuel Luangu. Again, starting the build-up in the midfield and trying to bring it to the right side is not working, but at least they're having better fortune, the Rangers, on the right side. It's going to be a throw-in for the Leopards with Sebo Baja taking it. Chased very hard by Elvis Osok. Plays it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Frederick Odhiambo. Well, back into the midfield now. Bernardo Diek, the captain of the side, and plays it back to his right back. Olilo now becomes a very important fulcrum here. The chase by Leon Kimungue should have touched the ball much earlier on to control it, but he lets it go. This is equally a very long one from the Leopard side onto the left, and gets only to the goalkeeper, Frederick Odhiambo. Starts a build-up for the Rangers. 2-0. If you're just joining us now, you've missed a couple of very good goals from the Leopard side. The most beautiful of them, of course, in my opinion, coming from Kelly Okonji in the 10th minute of the game. But I'm not discounting Casey Odhiambo's goal as well, in which he carved the ball against all odds. Here is the Rangers. Again, the speed of getting onto the ball. A little bit frustrating for Bernardo Diek, who thought he had set it up very nicely for his forwards. Gonna be another throw-in for the Rangers side, with Faustino Giambo taking it. It's going to be a very long one. The deep one as well. Almost like a goal kick. A chance for a shorter. The deflection coming off their own teammate as Leon Kimungoe tried to take a hard shot. A nice little flip by Kinyanjui. Gets the ball back to himself on the right side. And now looking to try and set up Okonji. Then he tries to chip it again over the goalkeeper. It's one of those moments when you get caught up in two minds. And Kinyanjui did the right thing. With good fortune, that would have gone over the goalkeeper. But then again, he could have easily set it up for Okonji. Here's another good run down on the left side. Samuel Senyonjo, the Ugandan international who formerly played for Express, tries to push it back to his teammates in the center. And quite didn't get there. We've played 45 minutes now. I make it maybe 2 other minutes of added time. 1 minute actually. There wasn't much of stoppage. Headed out by the captains of the side, Casey. Rangers now getting close to the AFC Leopards goal area, but then they haven't created the chances to be able to take the shot. This is Bernardo Diek. He comes back to the center. Optimistic shot, not on target, goes way out of target for the Rangers side. There's no doubt about it. The coach knows that they have been outplayed in this first half. And yes, he had good reason to say that they don't score enough because they haven't gotten the target. They've gotten 3 clear chances in which they could have put the ball into the net. But all those ones were fluffed. Well, Josephine Wajiko, the center referee, the hair and beauty consultant, brings the first half to an end. A very well officiated first half, but more importantly, a half in which the Leopards have displayed dominance. They've put in the speed, they've put in the intellect as well. The teamwork is showing on the Leopard side. And plus, the class in the goals is something that must be talked about. Kelly Okonji in the 10th minute with a lovely shot that to me ranks as one of the goals of the season. And Casey Odhiambo then with another one that curves on the right and evades all the players who are in that box and right into the net away from the goalkeeper to make it at halftime from the Nyayo National Stadium in the Sport Pesa League. AFC Leopards 2 and Posta Rangers 0. If the first half is anything to go by, then expect a very good game in the second half, especially so from the AFC Leopards side. The 12-time champions have turned on the style in the first half and have already scored 2 goals with the 4-3-3 system that they actually employed. And of course, their goalkeeper Katasi has not been tested at all in this first half. He's a man who once got the Golden Gloves for the 2022-2023 season with Zoya FC for clean sheets. is a man who has been very inspirational as well in that defense line for the AFC Leopards side. So in the second half, of course, we do expect that the Leopards will put in a little bit more energy, and that the Posta Rangers will probably have mapped out a strategy on how to reduce the damage. They currently are in the 12th position in the Premier League table standings. After 20 matches, they have only 24 points. And so they're playing a team that is gunning for the title. FC Leopards currently in the second position behind the league leaders, Gor Mahia. And Leopards have one game in hand as well. Gor Mahia having played one more. And that means that if the Leopards win this one and win their game in hand, well, then they would be coming level with Gor Mahia. Then it will be probably just a question of who drops which game or who wins all the other games all the way to the wire. And that will be all the way to the end. Substitutions done here for the Posta Rangers side. And two of them already came into play, including Brian Otieno, who has now joined the side in the second half. And it's probably because of the realization that they weren't getting the goals that they needed to up at the front. I think Osok as well will be going off the field of play, having done his duty here in the defense. He gives way to Brian Ouma Otieno. So what should we expect then in this second half? The first half ending in 2 goals in favor of the Leopards. Kelly Okonji Madada in the 10th minute and Casey Odhiambo in the 24th minute. That clearance by the captain of the FC Leopards side, Casey, just tells you that they have decided to hold on to that lead of the game in this second half. This is the new substitute, Brian Ouma Otieno, and coming in with a lot of energy up at the front. And it's probably just what they need for this game as well. Katasi giving instructions on how to be able to organize the defenses in the first corner of the second half that has gone to the Rangers. Well, very hawk-eyed referee Josfid Wanjiko tells Brad Morita to move the ball back. It has at least to be touching the circle. And now you understand the rule of the whole of the ball must cross the line. That is the reason why the corner balls can be placed just touching the line, because if it's still touching the line, it means it's in play. It's pushed back onto the right side for the Rangers. Can they string the passes? It will work better for them. Olilo tries to get into it. So Elvis Ojok has left the game to Brian Otieno in the substitution that has been done by the Posta Rangers. Long ball with a good chesting down coming from Veron Mbima, but he doesn't then control it. A lot more will be expected from Veron. It's going to be a throw-in to the Leopards. Trying to entice Ronald Shichenja to come closer to receive the ball, but then throwing it far away from him. Picked up by Samuel Senyonjo. Teddy Okonji. Some very good little footworks that he's got. Tries to put Shichenja through on the left side. But then it's stopped short. Olilo is equally trying to get Veron Mbima to run on the front. Quick touch by Katasi. Gives it to Casey, who pushes it forward. Nice little chesting by the Leopards. Brings it back to their position. The Senyonjo's little attempt to put the ball forward that is quickly stopped short. Veron Mbima now. Well, they get the benefit of the advantage. Kevin Juma rather, pushing it to the forward. And again, trying to place themselves in good position for a shot towards goal, but then veering off the target at the moment to Olilo. With a good drop back, the header is not going towards target. This is Kinyanjui with a very quick dashing forward. Pushes it back into the midfield and finds Tyson. With all the experience that Tyson has picked up from Wazito, from Kariobangi Sharks, and from the Kenya Police as well, is doing a marvelous job for the Leopards in this game today. Casey brings it to the center to Musa Oundo. This gets to Brian Ojok. A little touch will send them further forward. This was a good attempt by Tyson to push the ball into the goal area. So the Rangers now are trying to bring in a speed of their own. Oh, there was a request of the ball by Olilo on the right side. But I think that Dimple wanted to get the ball to a more strategic position, he thought. It's going to be a throw-in. And Dimple takes it. It's back to Dimple. He's trying to look for Veron. Ombima doesn't get the ball to him. Veron Ombima was a very good goal scorer when he was the National Super League's joint top scorer. Well, now the Rangers are dictating the possession. Kevin Juma bringing it on to the left side. Faustino Diambo then turns it on to Kevin Juma again, and that mistake, well, could be costly, but they don't have the numbers up at the front. And I think that, yeah, that was bound to happen. I think that Samuel Senyonjo would have wanted to wait for his teammates to come up. He's an international capped 10 times by the Uganda Cranes. Talking about Samuel Senyonjo. Olilo manages to get past his marker, tries to cross it back. It's intercepted out for a corner. And it's probably the best that Caleb Olilo is doing at the moment on the right side of the flank. The stretch here by Samuel Semombaja is the one that gets it out for a corner kick. Brings in a very nicely weighted corner here. The goalkeeper was already off his line, but then the connection doesn't work out for the Rangers. Well, Katasi for once seemed to have left his line there, but he kept his eye on the ball. That's the advantage here. As the Mailmen again unable to get onto the end of that throw-in that they had, and the Leopards, well, are beating their time to find the angles to be able to use. This is going to be a throw-in that has been given to the Rangers. Dimple Omamo sending it out on the right. And starting the build-up from the back for Stino Ojiambo. Leon Kimungui has decided to move into the defense. The accuracy of the passing is very wanting on the Rangers side. And that stops their build-up most of the time. Maybe this time round is going to be better. Oh, it was intended for Olilo. The man who's said to be having a blistering pace, Olilo. And his technical finesse as well has been previously talked about by his coaches, notably the past coaches, including John Kamau, who once tipped him as one of the men to watch out for because of his technical execution. But today he's not getting the support that he would require probably for that. It's an interception by Dimple Omamo that sends the ball out for A throw-in for the Leopards. Tight marking now coming in as the Rangers pick up possession. They've got Vincent Wasambo in the game as well. Here is Olilo with a good, well, picked up the ball nicely. I think that referee says there was a foul. It's actually on Kevin Juma, I beg your pardon. And Fred Mbani watching this very intently, knowing very well that any gains that they already have should not be pulled back at all. There's a little touch on Kelvin here that sends him onto the floor, tumbling down for a free kick. Casey knows it as well. For the former under-20 national goalkeeper, Humphrey Katasi, it's important that he seals off all the areas and then he takes care of one area. Yes, he said it before that players do realize that the ball can be sneaked down into that area as well. And so they're covering that as well. Josephine Wanjiko, the center referee, reminds them to be able to protect especially the most critical parts of the body that could be hit by the ball. As Rangers get ready to take the free kick, and Brian Marita, with the experience, seemed to have been organizing to take it, lifts it over the bar and out of the field of play. Not very well taken by Brian Marita. Oh, not very hard and not dropping in good time. Oh, that puts paid to that chance that was for the Rangers. Now the Leopards will start it. Emmanuel Luangu back to the goalkeeper, Humphrey Katasi. Propped into the big stage by his very good performance in his earlier years at Zoya. Talking about Katasi. It's still at 2-0 in favor of the Leopards. Two beautiful goals that scored 14 minutes apart by Kelly Okonji and Casey. Here's a good chance for the Rangers, but very feeble pass coming off Brian Marita. Doesn't have the weight that can get it past the defenders. They don't struggle to even control it. It's going to be picked up again by the Leopards. Kicked back by Kinyanjui to his defenders to start the build-up. Casey to Emmanuel Luangu. Back to Casey. Tries to get it into the midfield. Headed out for a throw-in. And again, the battle is still for the control of the midfield in this second half, in which no one has come out clearly as superior. That's going to be a foul. Very well spotted by the center referee, Josephine Wanjiko. She was waiting to see whether there was going to be advantage or not, and the advantage having been lost there. And obviously, the free kick has to be given. Good ball on the line, but then easily picked up by the Rangers. The attempt to move the ball forward by Vincent Wasambo is intercepted. He had a good idea, but then didn't have the power to put it in there. Sebo brings it back to the Sichenje, and then out looking for a 1-2 combination. They've got control of it altogether. Sichenje then tries to bring it out to the right side. Still latches onto it again. Kelly Okonji chested it, but couldn't do anything with it in a crowded ball area. very well drilled FC Leopards side, you must say as well. And even to the point of enjoying themselves a little bit when they were in the attack. This is going to be a free kick here. Calvin Okonji, rather, Kelly Okonji brought down. And a free kick quickly taken. A good ball down again. Kinyanjui has latched out for it, cuts it back for a 45. He's got good darting runs, Kinyanjui. And knows exactly when to release the ball quickly. This is a foul on Brad Marita. It's going to be a free kick to the Rangers. Marita was cut down. And his move then thwarted. Olilo easily sweeping it and trying to get himself in position for a return ball. He gets it. Now he's got the speed out on the right side. And brings it back into a very nice 45. Now this should have been a chance for Vincent Wasambo to just ram the ball towards the net. But Wasambo takes his time. You don't get these chances every day. That should have been a shot going towards goal. No point in waiting. Ultimately, they forced the defense to organize themselves, and Brown Ojok, also known as Brian Nyongesa, clears that one quickly. It's going to be a corner to be taken by Caleb Olilo. Lifts a nice one towards the area. Kitasi has a touch on it, and I think there was pushing as well that was seen very quickly by the referee, Josephine Wajiko. Well, she had seen it much earlier on and was very convinced about it. That shot by Kelly Okonji did make the coach one of the happiest coaches in the Premier League so far, Fred Mbadi. He was even named the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya Coach of the Month of December for guiding the Leopards to the top of the Sportpesa League after 14 rounds, including that big win that they got over Gor Mahia in the Mashemeji Derby. Well, Katasi, from that push, the very first time that we've seen him in any situation that was difficult, suddenly had Leon bumping into him. Well, Josephine Wajiko, the center referee, in some very spirited conversation with the goalkeeper as well, telling him to place the ball for the goal kick. That's the man we were talking about, Fred Mbani, a former international. If you know about the derbies in any country, then you know how important it is to win the derby. That's offside on Kinyanjui, very well spotted by the first assistant, Fanuel Muyelele. Right next to him there. Muyelele is a big comms accountant from the Technical University. It's going to be some stoppage here by the referee to be able to find out about the player who's on the ground, and it is Brian Nyongesa Ojok with a little bit of an uncomfortable fall. After that push, I think just couldn't keep his balance. And something normally happens when you're in aerial duels as well. Sometimes players have lost consciousness while still in the air, hitting the body, hand on the ground when they come back down. But for Brian Nyongesa a joke. I think it's just that he landed awkwardly, and that discomfort is what is keeping him still on the floor. So the team doc will obviously have a look at him and decide whether or not he's going to be fit to continue in this game. We're playing the 64th minute of the game. The scoreline still in favor of the Leopards at 2 goals to nil. Goals scored 14 minutes apart. One in the 10th minute and the other one in the 24th minute. Lovely ball by Olilo. Too high for Brian Marita. Couldn't control it, couldn't head it and direct it towards goal. But nevertheless, well taken. As Katasi will prepare himself, deliver it to his men to start the build-up from their side. This is Kelly Obondi. Kelly Okonji pushed off the ball here. He likes to go by the name Madada. And that's a guilty man in the whole of this, so it's going to be a free kick that will be given to the Leopards, who are still trying to find their rhythm in this second half. I think there's a substitution, is there? Yes, there is. 14 out and 33 is going to be in, I think. And this might be in the Leopard side. So Victor Ochami will be coming into play in place of Samuel Sinyonjo, who seemed to have gotten a little bit tired, the Ugandan international, who played even for KCC before and also for Express. I think they are making 2 substitutions here today. So Sinyonjo makes way for Victor Ochami. Then I do see Victor Otieno as well, getting ready to come in for Kinyanjui, who's done well in those darting runs that he had in the game. Enough to trouble the defenses. This one goes off the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick. Well, can the Rangers then manage to get something at least for themselves up at the front? Brian Marita has found himself in better positions in this second half after the substitutions that they made. This is a better ball delivered into the midfield, but then there was a chance to get it out into the center. There was Veron Bima who was waiting for it. Goes to Olilo, and he punches it directly towards the goal area. Picked up by the goalkeeper, Africa Tasi. That's probably the one that will be on target that you will remember. The other players, of course, moving out of the offside in a half. And, a good cutback here by the new substitute, Victor Otieno. But he could have gone for goal himself, Victor. Still a very exciting game that is being played by the Leopards, but now not getting on the ball as much as they did in the first half. Or if you'd like to put it the other way around, that the Rangers are getting onto the ball more. And now making another substitution, Brian Marita will go off the field of play. I think he's done his part. It was a little bit fatigued at the moment. Wasn't looking like he was going to the correct places. He makes way for Robert Karisa. Here is a chance for the Rangers, and that new substitution in the second touch of the ball has changed the fortunes for the Rangers here. Well, that happened a little bit too quickly, didn't it? barely a minute after Carissa comes into the game. And in my count, it's just a second touch of the ball. Carissa pulls one back for the Rangers. A cross, and then a mistake by the captain in the defense. Carissa dodges one past Samuel Semo, and then places it in goal for the Rangers. The calmness with which he does that tells you that he had come in specifically for that duty of scoring. What a way to make your entrance into the game. And talking about super subs, and this one in just a minute after he has come into play. He has changed the scoreline. FC Leopards 2 and the Rangers 1. Even as the Rangers again almost getting overrun by the defense. Olilo pushes it forward again. Carissa, the cross comes in. Enough feet going onto that ball. Well, Brian Otieno and Olilo together with Carissa now making it very difficult for the Leopards. Headed out. And picked up by Tyson. Brings it onto the right side. It's a better ball controller. And a run forward by Victor Otieno. Well, intimated that he was going for a shot, and he makes it look like a cross as well. That's going to be a foul then. And probably the only way to stop the marauding Olilo on that right side, where he's found his rhythm and he's moving very fast. But frustration is almost showing now on the faces of the defenders on the Leopard side, with a yellow card coming out for that tackle that was very deliberate. And that came off Tyson Otieno. There's going to be a free kick to the Rangers now, trying to plow themselves back into this game with about 20 minutes of regular time remaining. There's a lot of time for the Rangers to make amends, but it's equally a lot of time for the Leopards then to push forward. Well, I think the referee says that he should wait for the whistle. That's a rule of thumb when you have these free kicks. Goalkeeper Carissa easily getting onto this one, but you can see the jostling that there is in that goal area. Tells you of a renewed vigor by the Posta Rangers side to try and get themselves into the goal area. This has been adjudged to be out of the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. And quickly take it by Dimple. Quick push by Musa Raundo into the midfield. The Rangers then picking it up now and running out. Vincent Wasambo was trying to make way up at the front and trying to look at his options. It's going to be a substitution. Munyendo and Masaba coming into play now for the Leopards. They're rejigging their forward line. And for Tyson, he has been replaced by Kweyu. As the Leopards again rally forward with a good run here. And a cross cutting back the header. It's not on target. Coming off the new substitute, Boniface Kweyu. That means they've put in a little more energy in this second half. Now, strangely, the atmosphere has turned a little bit blue here. That tells you that the fans could have released the it seems to be that they released a firecracker on the other side that has turned the air a little bit blue here. Probably just to resonate with their feeling at the moment, but other fans are walking away from it as well. As the Leopards again are running back into the area. They have the advantage here coming from the captain. Oh, he bumps it against the goalkeeper. Brilliant goalkeeping from Frederick Odhiambo this time round. And even Coach Mbadi would be wondering why that was not put in the net. That's the man who took over the captaincy. He's got a good ball that is coming in his direction. And Victor Ochami then tries to round the goalkeeper here. But it bangs straight into the goalkeeper. Came in about 10 minutes ago, so he's settled into the game now. Well, the Rangers will probably try to make capital of everything they've got. This has already rolled off the field of play and away from the feet of Brian Otieno. Well, the captain of the Leopard side at the moment is Victor Ochami. You do remember him also as Victor Omune. He's played for KCB before, he's played for Stima, Muaroni Youth FC. And has played in the AFCON qualification before and FIFA friendlies. And could have played also away out of the country briefly. But for Oundo, this is going to be a free kick that will be going against him at the moment. For that touch there, that was so deliberate, it could have been, well, not it could have been, it's a yellow card offense. The Rangers trying to map a way of getting into that box now. The ease with which they're going in there should worry the defense. And Carissa was obviously not going to be let in there. That's a yellow card offense again. Oh no, Faustino Jambo. And that's what I do believe in as well. Obvious card offenses should be treated as such. I think Munyendo's was equally a yellow card offense in my opinion. It's going to be a free kick to the Leopards. A big one going towards the goal area for Frederick Odhiambo to pick it up and start the build-up for himself. 2-1 the scoreline at the moment, with a goal scored by Robert Carissa just 1 minute after he came in to the game. In the 68th minute. The Leopards again with a cross, too large. And an equally big clearance coming from the defense. Carissa now playing it all the way back to the goalkeeper to start the build-up again. You must marvel at the work rate that Carissa is putting in. Coming all the way back to his defense to pick up the loose balls. Oh, it's a long push here. It's going to be a throw-in. And another substitution on the Rangers side. Kevin Juma off the field of play. And Elvis Noor will take his place in the 78th minute of the game. So the Rangers are inching closer. The Leopards might look like they are losing a little bit of their touch in terms of how quickly they were moving the balls up in the first half. But it could just be a change of strategy as well because of the substitutions that they have made so far in the game. They've so far made 4 substitutions. And a throw into the Rangers. Now trying to work with speed as well, knowing that time is not on their side if they want to get even a point out of this one. Oh, it's going to be a throw in here. Carissa working hard to keep possession in this one. But the Rangers have gained the courage to move slightly out of their line and push further up. And now look like they're the ones who want to press here. It's a good turn by Olilo. And he's headed back into the midfield. Good ball control as well that has come off the feet of Dimpolomamo. This is going to be a throw-in for the FC Leopard side. Olilo was really waiting to go into that one, but that has already crossed the line. The whole of the ball has crossed the line. 10 minutes of play remaining in regular time. The Leopards still leading this one, but a very slim margin of just 1 goal. And now they're letting the Rangers run the possession as well. And Rangers are pushing up. Long ball up at the front. The intent was to give it to Eliud Lokwam. Didn't work out for him, but the Rangers pick it up again. Lokwam, very feeble, easy attempt to try and pick out the ball. Almost as if he was afraid to go to it. And manages to get a corner out of that as well. Quick start, Carissa gets it to Olilo, pushes it onto the side. The captain, Victor Ochami, then pushes it out onto the other side for a throw-in. Oh, and looking for a chance here. I think Carissa has got the best instincts going to the ball. He knows exactly when to go to it. And he knows exactly when to pass it. This time round, it just went too far off from him. Carissa formerly played for Naivas FC in the National Super League and had 9 goals in the 2024-2025 season. Also known as Robert Ponda. It's really a player to watch on the Rangers side. Well, talk about a lack of concentration at the moment. And it's showing on the Rangers side. Bernardo Diek just not controlling that ball. He's a captain of the side, and a little bit difficult to understand how that ball just slips past his feet. And then 2 of them then try to get to it, and they make a bad situation even worse. Throw in for the Leopards, but picked up by the Rangers. Now Lilo again racing through the midfield and then getting it out on the right side, trying to find Brian Otieno. Too long a ball. He's also known as Ouma, Brian Ouma Otieno. Gonna be a throw-in. Very dangerous moments for both teams at this moment. Concentration going down, fatigue setting in, time quickly going past, and the scoreline remaining the same. Well, pushed into the midfield by the captain, and then a better pickup now by that was picked up by Brian Nyongesa Ojok at that time. Rolls onto the right side with good ball control. It will be a struggle to get to possession of this. It's still in play. And the Leopards have picked it up. Oh. Talk about involving a little bit of style in running for that ball. That came off the feet of Julius Basaba. Olilo for Rangers now. Still has possession, tries to come back onto this side. This is going to be a foul and a reckless push of the feet there. And it's going to be an offense that will have a card, whether Seymour likes it or not. The referee will simply wait for him to get up, and he will be carded because it's a very high boot and a reckless tackle on that matter. Doesn't pick up the ball, goes with both the feet and the hands. It tells of a little bit of a frustration as well. And I think the Leopard side should just calm down and control the game as they did in the first half, and employ a little bit of the passing that they did, because then you keep possession. When you don't keep the passes, then you don't get the possession, then the frustration is bound to come in as well. And especially after you were leading and you gift away one goal and you're consistently under the attack, then you can understand that kind of tackle. It's going to be... oh, there was an offside flag earlier on. And that gives the ball away back to the Leopard side. I think Lokwam was going to go into that ball, but you see the back of Robert Carissa in there as well. Lokwam just coming back from loan where he was to the second division side, Naivas. And you do remember that he scored a late equalizer for Posta Rangers against FC Leopards in October 2025. This is going to be a foul. It might be a late challenge here, but because the ball had already left the feet at that time. Yeah. I think for Masaba, he'll have to let that go. Went in so hard to get onto that ball. 2-1 the scoreline. Time ticking by here. Now again, no offense here, no, because there's no ball and no touch on that as well. It's going to go to the Rangers side. They start the build-up. Olilo is moving down into the midfield. Cuts it back onto the outside. The Rangers now becoming more dangerous than before, with Wasambo bringing it back onto the left. And it's picked up for a cross. Not very well taken. But spirited all the same. Well, Dimple was getting involved in that one as well, but he goes out for a corner. Olilo has made himself the go-to man for literally all of the balls that are going up at the front. Headed out far off. And it's pushed back again to Olilo. Oh, almost swept off his feet here by a very hard tackling Brian Nyongesa Ojok. It's going to be a throw-in that will be taken by Odhiambo for the Rangers, with great expectations coming from the Rangers fans. Again, a quick clearance here, and a bigger boot sends it off the field of play, another further up the field of play. It comes back to Vincent Wasambo. Now they've found their footing, the Rangers side. They're able to move the balls just around themselves there. Wasambo is becoming very key to what the Rangers are doing in their half here. And his transition from the defense into the midfield is what is spurring them on. Lokuama to Wasambo, who changes it again onto the left side. And forces Robert Carissa to run to try and get control. Carissa turns very nicely, gets past one marker as well, but it goes down too easily. Carissa should have kept possession. He intimated that he had been fouled here and is looking for a penalty, but he's not going to get that one. Well, should have just kept the possession. try going to the ball first. He knows that they've lost an opportunity here. Well, this cross doesn't get in because off the field of play, it's going to be a corner. It was being brought in from the left side by Victor Ochami. And then it's chested out, inevitably, by Bernardo Ndiek. Fred Mbani not very happy with how play is going at the moment. He knows the value of those 3 points. But they haven't lost in the last 5 AFC Leopards, and that's big credit to the coach. It's going to be a corner for the Leopards. Big clearance coming off the feet of Caleb Olilo, trying to send the ball forward. And then Wasambo. It is lost possession here as the Leopards try to look for a place to shoot from. And weaving his way in, Victor Ochami. This is an attempt to control the ball, but also expecting a tackle to come to him. Makes it difficult for Luangu to go for a shot in this game. We've played the 90 minutes of this game. 6 minutes of added time is good time for any team to change the fortunes here. For the Leopards, more importantly, if they want to stay in contention for the Premier League title. For the Rangers, well, they could just prove their mettle against the league contenders, AFC Leopards. Big boot by Karisa, rather by Wasambo, up into the midfield. They find Olilo up on the left side. A long ball down, looking for a chance to cross it back. And it comes splashing straight past the goal area. Picked up on the left side now by Dimpo. Well, that was a little bit too quick, and the anticipation wasn't there at all. It comes into Victor Ochami. He's got only one man up on the front who has changed onto the right side. The back heel coming off the foot of Julius Basaba would have been a very exciting one. Basaba is a man who scored against Gor Mahia in the Mashemeji derby, and that made him a darling, of course, of the fans on the FC Leopard side. He played previously for League Indogo and Black Stars, but then he joined from Kariobangi Sharks. So he's really out to make a very big impression in this game. Just to have to remind you again, tomorrow the league leaders, Gor Mahia, will be playing their match against KCB at the Nyayo National Stadium, and that will be live for you as well on Azam Sport. So make a date with that as well. And the Kenya Police will be playing APS Bomet as well. That will be a derby of the police service, if you ask me. The administration police side of Bomet playing the Kenya Police side, who are the defending league champions. Is a mouth-watering match as well. Coming back into the midfield then, it's Robert Karisa. Well, the Rangers have played a better game in the second half, but is it a case of too little, too late? They've got 3.5 minutes to be able to make an impact here and pull back a point. Eliud Lokuwama gets onto this ball. It's already rolled off the field of play, waited for a little bit too long as he tried to get his footing. There's going to be a throw-in. Probably a last-minute substitution now. And Kelly Okoji, who's really excited the play here at the Nyayo National Stadium, also known as Kelly Madada, and scored the first goal in the 10th minute with a very, very exciting left foot shot directly towards goal. Is now getting his rest, and he will be replaced on the field of play. Well, Kelly's got off the field of play, and Randy Bakari has taken his place. Deservedly so for the youngster This one's back into the Rangers defense with Wasambo pushing it forward. Olilo. I'm just excited about the fact that Olilo has been able to play in defense in the midfield and also at the front earlier on the left side, making him a utility player for the side. But can he help them in this instance as Randy moves down on the right side? Chips the ball towards the area. The goalkeeper is off his line. Doesn't have a touch on that ball. It's picked up by Olilo now. Pushes it forward for the Rangers. Good ball control now for the Rangers. Then waiting a little bit too long. It couldn't get to the feet of Leon Kimungui. But they have it again, and Eliud Lokuab is already moving up forward, expecting the delivery to come in his direction. The players do think that they should slow it down a bit. It was Elvis Noor that delayed the play a bit there. Olilo again out on the right. They're getting good fortune playing on that right flank now. That, I think, should be Olilo's natural area to play from. It's going to be a free kick here for a foul. As Oundo protests that foul to the second assistant referee. Elliot Ruto did realize that there was a touch there on, pretty obviously, on Brian Ouma-Otieno. That's going to be a free kick for the Rangers. But they've got a couple of seconds to be able to make this work for them. Just a couple of seconds as Rangers get a free kick. Will they be able to turn their fortunes here? Or will the Leopards move closer to the Premier League title? There are contenders and spoilers. The Leopards are the contenders. The Rangers are trying to play as the spoilers here. But I think the few seconds remaining will work in favor of the FC Leopards side if they keep their cool. This one, the attempt to head it down by Brian Ouma-Otieno, doesn't work very well on Diek coming in for it as well. And he still doesn't get his head onto that ball. And that is the final whistle. The Leopards get closer to the Premier League title with a further 3 points, making it 40. They're breathing down the necks of the league leaders, Gor Mahia, who now have 43. But the Leopards have one game in hand. So if they play their game in hand, they will be level on the points with Gor Mahia. And from then on, it will be a question of who wins or who loses their consequent matches as they march towards a Premier League title. For Lokuam, a good game coming in as a substitute and making an impact up at the front for the team that he played for before they took him on loan. For Bernardo Dieka, as the captain of the side, is really trying to show them the way. For Olilo, the blistering space, and I think a misplacement earlier on in the game, getting into the wrong position is what cost him. For Casey, the goal that he scored in the 24th minute of the game was a cracker of a goal.